Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that sounds, well, kind of impossible. We're talking about how to play through a mystery adventure all by yourself, when you don't actually know the solution. Stick around because it's not impossible at all, and I'm going to show you how it's done.
I mean, really think about that for a second. It's a huge paradox, right? If you're the detective and you're the one making up the story as you go, how can you possibly surprise yourself? How can you follow a trail of clues to a conclusion that you don't already know? It feels like it shouldn't work, but believe me, there's a really elegant system that makes it happen. So first, let's just lay out the problem. What is it that makes a solo mystery feel so, well, impossible from the get-go?
Exactly. In a normal game, you've got a game master, a GM, who knows everything. They've set up the crime, they know who the culprit is, they know all the secrets. But when you're playing solo, there's no GM. You're the investigator, and there is absolutely no one behind the curtain holding the answer key. So where does the mystery even come from?
Well, the secret sauce is this incredible tool, the Mythic Game Master Emulator. The best way to think about it is as an engine for creating surprises. It's not a story. It's a system that helps you, the player, generate the story as you go. It doesn't know the answer either. It's designed to help you discover the answer right alongside your character.
Okay, so we've got our engine. Now we need our toolkit. To solve a mystery that's literally unfolding in front of you, you need a central place to keep track of everything. And this is it. This is the heart of the whole system. It's called the Mystery Matrix. Just think of it like your own personal investigation board. The kind with pictures and bits of string connecting everything. This is where you're going to track every clue, every suspect, and watch the web of evidence take shape.
And the beauty of the Matrix is how simple it is. It's really built on just three things. You've got your mystery, that's the big question you're trying to answer. You've got your suspects, those are all your potential answers. And then you have your clues, the actual evidence you find along the way.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this thing in action, because that's where it really clicks. Let's open up a case file and watch an investigation unfold. We're calling this one The Terror at Outpost Ganges 9. So here's the setup, and it's a tense one. Our hero is Stell, a scientist. Her crew gets to this remote outpost, and it's a bloodbath. Everyone is dead. Then, just as they're figuring out it was some kind of alien, boom, one of their own crewmates is killed. The ship's down, the mystery is sudden, terrifying, and personal. The alien is wearing one of her 5 remaining crewmates like a suit. But who? Okay, so Stell gets right to work. She pulls out her mystery matrix. She takes her 5 crewmates, Stefan, Lily, Malcolm, Ben, and Janice, and lists every single one of them as a suspect. Right now, the board is clean. It's a blank slate. Anyone could be the killer.
So how do you actually find the evidence to put on this board? Well, you've got 2 main options. The first is just called investigation. That's when something happens in the story, and you, the player, just decide, yep, that's a clue. But the second one, the discovery check, is where the magic happens. That's when you risk failure to ask the system to give you a totally new, unexpected clue.
Stell's first move is straight out of a detective novel. She heads to the storeroom to examine the body of her friend. She has no idea what she's looking for, so this is the perfect time for a discovery check. She'll have to make a skill roll to see if her scientific eye spots anything useful. And success. The check is good. The system spits out our very first clue. Stoll finds these weird puncture wounds and realizes the victim was killed by a massive electrical discharge from some kind of biological source. So this gets added right onto the matrix as our first piece of evidence, Bioshock attack. All right, we have our first clue on the board. The game is officially afoot. And now we get to see how the web of suspicion starts to form, slowly but surely tightening the net around our suspects. A little while later, Stell is looking over the security logs. Another discovery check. And she sees something odd. Ben, the pilot, is gathering up every weapon he can find. Is he trying to protect everyone? Or disarm them? It's suspicious either way. Stell adds taking weapons as a new clue and draws a line, a direct link, right to Ben. That gives him his first clue point. But hold on, it's never that simple, is it? Stell confronts the mission leader, Janice, about it, and Janice just calmly says, "Oh yeah, I told him to do that." And just like that, the whole situation gets a lot more complicated. Is she telling the truth? Is Ben lying? Who do you believe? Now watch this. This is a key move. On the matrix, Stell now draws a second line from the taking weapons clue, this time pointing to Janice. But because Janice's explanation felt
off, still decides to make that link stronger. She marks it as being worth 2 clue points instead of just 1. The web just got a lot more tangled. And after that, the investigation just explodes. Clues start coming from all over. There's some kind of strange goo in a hallway. Janice gets spotted going outside by herself. Malcolm, the tech guy, gets caught wiping computer files. And a huge one, a science log reveals that the alien's host body will physically break down over time.
Now, look at the board. Just step back and look at the whole thing. As all these clues get added and linked to the people they implicate, a pattern starts to emerge. I mean, it's not even subtle anymore. Ben has a clue, Malcolm has one, but Janice? She's connected to a whole bunch of them, including that really suspicious one worth 2 points. The evidence is pointing overwhelmingly in one direction.
So the evidence is practically screaming Janice, but this is a mystery. You need that final, undeniable piece of proof. So how does the system tell you, okay, that's it, case closed? Let's look at the final step.
It all comes down to a magic number, 6. The way the system works is that once any single suspect racks up a total of 6 clue points, the investigation hits its climax. That is the moment the truth is officially ready to come out. And that last piece of evidence, the one that pushes a suspect over the edge to 6 points, it gets a special name. It's called the clincher clue. This isn't just one more fact. This is the smoking gun. It's the clue that confirms everything and definitively solves the entire mystery.
And here is that exact moment from our case file. The crew finally manages to restrain Janice, and the doctor runs a medical scan. That action, that's what provides the clincher clue. The scan lights up, revealing all kinds of non-human anatomy inside Janice's body. And with the deception over, the alien reveals its true, horrifying form. The mystery is solved. Of course, now they have a whole other problem to deal with.
So, from a sci-fi whodunit to finding a lost city, this system gives you the framework. The key takeaway is that the story isn't pre-written. It emerges right in front of you. You follow the evidence, you feel the uncertainty, and you are genuinely surprised by the final reveal, just like your character is. So now that you've got the tools, the only question left is, what kind of mystery will you create?